I wish good things to you who's watching this. I assume you can hear me. Yeah, sorry, I look a little bit weird today. Actually, something happened to my camera, so I'm gonna be maybe slightly pixelated, but hopefully that shouldn't be a problem, because y'all will be looking at the board anyway. Hi everyone who's watching this, and yeah, feel free to challenge me to games on Board Game Arena, and we already have a first one. We're gonna play against Maris. Actually, oh, there will be a little bit of a delay though. So I will of course respond to chat messages and everything, but that will happen with a 1 minute delay, I think. How do we start this? Huh, interesting. How do we? I don't think I have this function. Oh yeah, because I'm not the one creating the table. Alrighty, here we go. In the meantime, probably a minute should have passed from the start of a stream, so you already see this start. Yeah, let me know if you if there's any sound issues or anything, because I think I checked everything before the start of the stream, but you never know what might happen. And we are getting the first 4-point city, which is already quite fortunate, and we're gonna even get a second one. Oh no, we're not getting a second city because red is getting the same tile as we had, which means that there's gonna be a lot of field here. There's gonna be a lot of fields. Of course, we don't have any choice but to take 4 points, and we will do this on our next move as well. Oh no, we won't. That's actually is not obvious which direction. Oh, that's an interesting move. I think I would have rather taken the city, because at the start of the game, you gotta make sure you clean off those city caps. Do not allow your opponent to take those easy points, because this field over here, it still has other options for connection, like here, for example, here. So there are loads of these options, and I guess we should start using them, although I also want this tile to use for road connection. I could also use this just so that I have more points at the start. I like this though, just because it's a more obvious connection. So for example, I've created a bit of an inconvenience for my opponent. I a bit disincentivize him from using here, but instead red actually makes a great move by taking these 2 points, and then it does several things. Check this out. So first of all, there are scenarios where my meeple doesn't connect to this field. They're unlikely, but they sometimes happen. And then with this move, he ensured that this little field of 3 points is constricted. But also, in case I do connect, he actually pre-built the road he's starting until the end. But of course, we're going to connect now with extra value. And I think Maris should now place here and claim some 6-point field. I think that'll be a good move. Although I don't know. Ideally, you know what we want? We want a tile like this, just so that we can make sure that there's that this field remains small. And now we need this tile that we have from. Actually, we could start a city. You know what? This is not the worst decision, because such cities can complete pretty fast. There's still loads of triangles left, and of course I just... yeah, I just get this tile, which is now harder to use. What could we do? Because the thing is, it's actually really bad to continue the city here. It's just so awkward and so difficult to complete. On the other hand, we can't just dump it. We have to meeple it because it's a tile that's very valuable. But there aren't really many good places, so I guess we'll just have to do this move. Even though I just said it's bad, and that's correct. Well, it's not bad necessarily, it's just... I was in a bit of a zugzwang here, if you're into chess terminology. Right, nice, we're getting a little bit more viewers now. So let me know if you'd like to play the next game. Okay, choices. We could do this and make sure that this field stays small. However, it will probably be at least 9 points anyway, since red will likely continue this city. And this means that this field will be worth fighting for anyway. So blocking may be not that important. However, now he could go here and drop another field meeple. Yeah, that could be problematic. There are some scenarios. For example, if red chooses to drop another field meeple over here, then we have a way of winning this without the field, maybe, because it's really a big difference if you are trying to get a +1 advantage or +2 advantage on the field. Now we get a choice again. We could fight for the Shroud. And I kind of like that, but we would also fight for the field, and I feel that it's more important, no? Just to equalize the game, let's say he'll finish this, he'll be at -2, I'll have this, he'll have the road. I think that's an acceptable situation. We could also go here and kind of set up for monastery, but I'm not a huge fan of massive coin flips, so we're just gonna go here. We're getting good tiles, I think. We have options now. I could go here to try and continue and complete the city. However, we can also complete the city with triangles, so I'd rather go here first. Yeah, I'm fine with this, because at least now we've invested fewer tiles into this situation. Okay, we could do this. Then we're probably gonna get like a little bit blocked there. We could also go this, relying on one of the 6 remaining tiles. Is 6 tiles good enough? Probably. Yeah, and just as I said it, we we got a tile that fit here nicely. Okay, that's actually gonna be fine, I think. Now we need to start harassing this point, which now will not work. But still, we get to claim an advantage. That's okay that my opponent splits this, although I will have invested more tiles, but I should be able to do something about it. Probably now the correct move for my opponent. Hi Marco, hi David. Yes, sure. Alright, so we're at +2. I mean, that's great. We have a bit of an advantage. There's this attacking spot that we would love to eliminate. We could also try go here, but at the same time, we do not want our opponents attacking from here. So, in some world, we might do this and kind of try and claim a city like this indirectly. But in this situation, it is not possible because 4 of the good tiles that fit here are out. It's really not obvious where to start this new city. So I'd suggest that we simply go for the safest possible place. We don't want to go here because then our opponents will be able to make a multi-purpose move. If they take a piece of roads and drop a field meeple, they will be also harassing our city. So we need to make sure that it's somewhere here. Yes. Because it's completely unharassable there. I see, that's what I was talking about. I mean, I might have done it myself, but that's okay because there will be other attacking points in the future for this field. Or so I think, actually. I'm not sure, that was maybe a bit naive on my part, but we'll see. By the way, I do have only 4 of these guys. Huh. So what are our options? We can either start blocking this connection. By the way, I forgot to count the tiles. Okay, what we're at? We're at 4 straight lines. We're at 4 curves. We are at 3 simple city caps. We are at 0 dividers. We are at 1 vertical divider. We are at 3 crossroads only. Actually, that's quite important. We are at 5 big tiles. We are at 7 triangles, loads of triangles. Okay, so this means I would need to free up my meeple for cities. I guess we need to do this just to reduce some of the variance here. And the reason for that is that I will need city caps for my city. So I do not want to need the same tile in both places. And now at least we're flipping for a rare tile, and I've reduced the probability a bit that my opponent will benefit from this move. Yeah, unfortunately we just need to keep doing this. There's really not much that we can do, actually. Especially now when my opponent blocks me, that's a bit painful. Yeah. But there's nothing much that we can do, really, no? So there are not many... this is, by the way, the only remaining city splitter. I guess we just have to go this and, you know, hope that we're not getting blocked. Yeah, you know, in these games, meeples are very important. I mean, in these games where there are loads of... how'd you say that? Where there's a big field. And I don't think we will be able to afford to lose this field. By the way, this move, where actually this is a multi-purpose move, so we'll make it harder to block this. Then we're also setting up a block of a blocking square with a curve or with a monastery with a road, and we're also making it a bit harder to attack my meeple, because now, for example, a straight line will no longer work, and there's still a few of those remaining, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are already fewer big tiles, which means that we can start attacking this. Oh, no. Yeah, Not going to be an easy game for me. We can start attacking this thing over here to attack this a little bit and claim that little advantage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there are 3 straight roads left. And so far it's good, but actually, as we're running out of straight roads, these tiles are not good for me. First of all, I don't really have a lot of use for them. And second, I will need straight roads for this kind of connection. So there's a nice connection spot. There's also a connection spot. But whilst I'll still have the meeple advantage, meeple disadvantage, it don't matter that much. Yeah, that's just savage. Unfortunately, we now don't have a lot of development options. We still have the 25% or whatever. We're not going to do this, of course. But what could we do? How do we make life easier for us in the future? Maybe we could go here and kind of try and like pre-attack this a little bit. But really, there's not a lot of things that we can do with this monastery. Yeah, it's going to be very hard. Maybe there's some scenarios where there's a bit of a standoff until the end of the game with these curves. For example, because you see, my opponent is not going to finish my road, but maybe I'm not going to finish that road either, so that I don't lose the field. And then if this meeple is only 6 points and minus 3 points, so I'm only minus 3 in this mini battle, this still leaves me at +1. Wow. This move, I think, is a big mistake for my opponent because that's completely unnecessary. He had the meeple advantage. He could just taken these 6 points, and that's huge, and just simply built his strategy on the meeple advantage. When we were starting this, there were only, of course, he didn't know that I had this tile, but there were only 2 tiles remaining that fit here, and only one of those tiles actually completed the city. So now we don't even need to bother blocking that much. All we gotta do is just, you know, oh, here's what I meant. By the way, my opponent drew this tile, so this means that we're never completing the city, unfortunately. Now I will also have a bit of a dilemma on my next move. We'll talk about this later. But the thing is, now I really have chances now finally in this game, because if my opponent wins over the city, then it's probably still not going to get complete. Oh, wow. Completed. So here's the thing. Oh yeah, so, let me just finish talking. So it's probably not going to get completed because, for example, if he sticks in this square city that was left, then it still will be blockable, and probably I will end up blocking it at some point, I think. Yeah. So what do we do? It's actually not obvious, because the thing is, like, I kind of want to add these 4 points to my city, but it will make it more vulnerable. I want to get my meeples back. Also, I could just get a meeple back directly. However, I do not want to be completing a city on my opponent's field. Also, I kind of want to disrupt this idea, really. On the other hand, how much am I really disrupting? Given that... Okay, we're gonna do this. Weird though it may be. Yeah, we did sacrifice a few points for that, but I think because our win condition has changed, we can actually afford that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's also not obvious, like, whether we should finish this road at all. However, I do not want to be my opponent the one putting in here, but I don't think it's going to be a good idea now for me to give my opponent these 12 points. On the other hand, 12 points, 12 points. I really could use the meeple a lot for many reasons, because I would be able to afford better risks. For example, I can go here. For example, I could start this city or do some other stuff like this. Okay. Now we need to calculate the city caps really, really carefully. And I think there's still a few left. There's still a couple more left with the field on them. So probably this block is still the best. However, there's only 3 straight lines, if I remember correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. You know what? Okay, 1, 2. This is probably the best move for now. Yep, from the right side. It's actually not obvious at all what my opponent should do. Maybe somehow sneakily drop this city cap next to his own field. Okay, by the way, we're at plus 10. Plus 10, so plus 7, plus 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're actually at plus 12 at the moment, but this could change anytime, you never know. And actually, if we manage to block all those... What was that? We're getting lucky because I think that was just a miscount, because all the 3 tiles are out. So, yeah, it's very, very fortunate for us. And I think with this, we kind of really are super, super close to just outright winning the game. Because we're now at plus 16, and I don't think a lot is going to change, really. And now this would put us at plus 22. There are still city caps. And I still have an option to retrieve my meeple. Which is why I'm going to do it. Like, I just don't think there will be an option for my opponent to get an extra 22 points. Because you see now what's going to happen. So he'll probably have to either attack my city, or he'll have to give me a meeple back, which is undesirable. Yeah, that's a good move, I think. And now what we could do, we could go here and kind of pre-complete it. Actually, 1, 2... No, but this move wouldn't be great because that would make it easily blockable. So I think we just gotta be like a little bit patient. Just add a point to ourselves. Or we could even do this, actually. Because we don't want a completion of a city, necessarily. We don't want to give our opponent 3 extra points. This will put us at plus 23. Yeah, I'm gonna just do that. I think we should be able to afford this. Ah, I forgot about something. So you see, he will be able to connect. Yeah. Connect this into his field. Which is why I think now we should just take this risk of getting blocked. But there are not going to be too many city caps lying around. In fact, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Exactly 1. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's going to be 2 city caps remaining. But I still want to distract a little bit. Of course, we can't go here now because that would be just adding extra points to my opponent. Yeah, and now what do you do? I guess now you have to like harass my city somehow and limit it to a 50%er. But at least, you know, he won't be doing this. Again, just to double check, we're at plus 10, minus 3, plus 7, plus 5, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. Okay, I lost count. Oh, but that was again. I think now we probably have sealed this game because I think this well, actually, I don't know that, but I think this move seemed a little bit unnecessary to me because, like, what you want to do if you're red is you just want to block here and just hope that I'm not going to get the tile. Because what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to try and block this all together. And there's no way of preventing that. Because this spot is just so easily blockable that my opponent could just rely on the block himself and used his meeple to score points elsewhere. That was a very good move because I think now actually, yeah, that was a really good move because now my opponent has an option of taking away this field without connecting, without giving me my meeple back. Which I'm gonna be perfectly fine with, I think. Well, no, I'm not gonna be fine with that. Yeah, I think we should still count because there is a scenario how my opponent gets a good tile on his last move, like this one, for example, the one remaining triangle with a road on his last turn, and then I do not get to play that meeple that I get back. Yeah. All right. What do we do with this, though? This is the last remaining monastery, so we could just put it here. We definitely do not want to... No, that would be a connection spot. There's no city caps remaining to connect. Yeah, I guess we just need to dump it somewhere. Oh, maybe here, yeah. Just to create a potential connection spot in case we need it. And now we're probably going to just sacrifice the field, as I enjoy doing a lot. Because we have no way to prevent our opponent connecting here. Although, actually, do we have to sacrifice it? Because... So what we'll be really sacrificing here is 5 points to get a meeple back. Can we get more than 5 points for meeple? Not really, but my opponent can still get this stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2. Yeah, I don't have enough time, so I just have to go here. Yeah, like my opponent had this tile anyway, so they could have done it themselves. And now, in case we need very much, we even have a chance to re-attack. And as you see, so we sacrificed 5 points now for a meeple, but we'll be getting 6 points here. Yeah, this is perfect. And then if our opponent wants to get another point for another 3 points by completing this city, then... Oh, wait, are there... city caps? I don't think so. I think that was the last one, actually. Yeah, so we're just gonna take this. There's the quadruple city, there's this, and there's a piece of road, yeah. So which means that we can just simply go here. Our opponent will have the quadruple city. And the... I'm not sure, but I think we should win it like plus 10 or something, maybe? Okay, David, there were 2 places to place the cap with the road in my ruin. Oh, excellent question. You were probably talking about this, yeah? I did not want to put this over here because I didn't have meeples at the time, but my opponent had. And then this would create a 3-point road potentially, so I did not want to create a 3-point road. Even though that was actually quite unlikely because now I see that all these guys were out. But I think at the time possibly one of the monasteries were... yeah, I think maybe like one of the road's ends was still available, so that's the idea. Oh yeah, Elias actually already responded to that. Anyway, thank you for that. For the... yeah, I think mod is the main thing is just really that city attack, because you already had an advantage there, and you probably could have exploited your extra meeples, try to press harder on me. You didn't really necessarily need that city to win. All right, so David's next, right? Oh, you already passed 500. So we're not getting easy games today, apparently. But by the way, in case like somebody is watching these games who's like more of a beginner or you know, maybe like below 400, I'd be very interested in playing, you know, anyway. So there's no really like minimum rating threshold to participate. Also, by the way, in case you're watching this and you're not subscribed yet, then please do also tell your friends, because I am planning something special for 200 subscribers, which I hope we can reach quite soon. Alright, so we start game against David here with a 4 points advantage. Exactly how I like starting games. I think Chris Meeple Wizard from the German stream Carcassonne channel mentioned it in one of the streams that like whenever you are the one to get these 4 quick points, then it comes with a sense of relief immediately, and you know, because you get a mini advantage. I'm seriously considering this move and kind of gifting a point to my opponent, because I mean this is probably still the best, but there are some scenarios how all this gets connected to Red's road. Well, this didn't happen, but Red, for example, can seriously consider obviously there's only one way for Red to finish his road. He could seriously consider placing it on this 1 point piece of road, and just so that I don't get the straight line and I don't get the 5 point road. Still many straight lines remaining. Okay, let's look like we're getting fantastic tiles to start. Well, it looks like Red is thinking, so what can we do for them? Well, actually, I think it's quite... The best move for them is probably to start a city next to mine and harass it, but not like this. The other way, because because then we have the right of the first move, and it's more likely that I will end up harassing their city. And you can already anticipate my next move, unless red is going to ruin it, which they didn't. And of course, we're going for this ultra juicy 5-point road, which is why I think in that case it was definitely acceptable for red to try and claim this little piece of road over here just to prevent something like this. Aha. Okay, that's good. Now we get a chance to harass that monastery a little bit from above, whilst also taking a couple of points. I would drop a field meeple if I were reds, because the thing is actually you don't need this next to your monastery. Here's why. If you leave a 2-point road, then there's a chance that I might get a road end and score 3 points. But that would be net 2 points for me, because I'm adding a point to my opponent's monastery. And if I get a road end, it's already worth, the tile is worth 2 points for me. So it doesn't matter. Like, it actually doesn't hurt to leave this empty, just to have, yeah, really just to have less of a risk. I mean, it's not a mistake or anything, but I think field was better, just to prevent the stuff that I ended up doing. And you see, with this move, red gets road in, and he could have just like perfectly fine, in a perfectly fine way, taken these 3 points for the road. I mean, now I guess red has the option of finishing the road and meepling the city, but I'm not sure if that's completely necessary. 6 straight road remaining, by the way. There are definitely pros and cons in meepling or not meepling the city. Red decides to meeple the city, which I can always empathize with. Now in the next move, I'm gonna have an interesting decision. So many moves that we could play. This looks like it's gonna be a gigantic field, so we might just drop a divider and start a city. We might drop a divider and start a city with a block. We might drop a second field meeple like this. There's just so many things that we could do. Well, I would want to take away monastery spot, right? And then if my opponent scores the city, then I get compensation for the land, then I get to do this. Yeah, I kind of like this move. There's always the risk of my opponent completing and dropping a field meeple, but there will be attacking points, and if we manage to block this guy... Okay, now it's actually a good question whether to go here or here. I like here, actually. Wait, no. Let's try and like make the proper decision. We need to calculate the tiles. So, if we go here, then my opponent has... how many tiles to screw me over? Actually, at least 4 plus... oh no, that's just way too many. Yeah, because the thing is, like, there's still triangles that he could go. Because this is just wishful thinking. Of course, I'm hoping to get something like a city cap with a triple crossroads to block everything over here. But we can't rely on stuff like this. Instead, we gotta create this sensitive area over here. And we could block on the next move, but we're not going to do it, because I think it's better to do it with a curve. There are still 8 curves remaining. We need to finish our city first. And then if our opponent manages to save, it's actually fine, because my opponent doesn't have so many saving thoughts. For example, he can put a curve like this to save this spot, but that would be attacking his own spot over here. Okay, so now maybe it's a little bit more urgent, but we can just safely finish 8 points and then deal with the other stuff later. Okay, that's a good saving tile. Put here either monastery or field meeple. Yeah. But still, getting the 8 points was more important. And we'll have time to drop a second field meeple at some point. Through here, for example, or I think we should be fine. And actually, if we just keep drawing those shields and we score enough cities, yeah, good move by red over here, then we might even gambit the field at the end. So of course, you know what? Red might go here and drop a field meeple. I would do that. Easy. Because the thing is, this field already has value. He won't even have to connect. There's still 2 tiles like this that fit here, and that would give him loads of points already, like by having these 3 cities. Of course, we had to try the block, but didn't quite work out. All right, so we could either go here, but I think I'm gonna delay it, and first of all go for quick points. The reason is that I do have like a huge lead, and I want to use it to set up a flexible win condition, so that actually I want to be able to not have to fight for the field. I might still fight for it, but I want to be able not to fight for it. Yeah, again, I keep missing the chat, unfortunately, just because looking at the game. But which moment did you mean, Elias, with the straight line law? By the way, for those of you who are not familiar, the straight line law is basically when you're deciding at the start of the game or in the early stages of the game when there are many kinds of tiles remaining, how to block, then the side that can make a good use out of straight line is the one that has the greater percentages. Alright, red decides to drop a city cap in my field, which is fantastic. In the meantime, I think we keep getting massively lucky because the 9-point field is not going to happen anymore. In fact, there's still 2 tiles remaining for red to finish this city, but to finish this city with the highest impact, he would need one of these 2 tiles. More importantly, over here, what we see happening is a counter field brewing, which benefits me because I have more meeples and I can drop something here. And it might be so what could happen in the game is that if red now decides to drop a 3rd meeple, then we're just going to leave this field alone, which is why they did not do that, and that's correct. Well done. Yeah, we're just going to keep scoring. Good move, covering this up. Actually, very good move. But you see, and now we get to occupy the counter field. Yeah, so what do you do if you're red? Do you go here to try and expand this field? Do you go here? So maybe you actually go here. Yeah, that's a good move. I mean, nothing's decided yet in this game. Also, I don't really have a good move for this monastery. I mean, I have this, but it's just a little bit. Oh, it's unfortunate, but I'm just gonna do this. It's a long way to explain, but the thing is, it's still. Oh, that's great, actually. It's a long thing to explain, but there wasn't just a better spot, and I'm gonna get a spare point when red tries to free himself up. Now we urgently need to block this city, but we don't have a tile to do that. So I think what I gotta do is go here and limit the field a little bit, try blocking some stuff over here. Okay, at least now we're going to do something. Red might cover up, though. Well, we can't let this happen, can we? There's not much stuff that we can do. Drop a second field meeple. I don't like it. I think I want to just build this field up with one meeple. Yeah, probably have to do this. I guess he's gonna either complete his monastery or save his city. I'm not sure what's the correct play for him here, actually. Not too many monasteries remaining. We'll probably have to spend our meeple on equalizing this ruin as well. Yep. And we can afford that. There's still 2 tiles that fit here. And here's why I'm saying 2 and not 4. Because my opponent has this over here. Oh yeah, so basically my point is that we do not want to be in the position that we're flipping for the same tile in different places. So I can't be relying on this tile because I'm the one with the points advantage, so I have to assume that my opponent will get lucky and get both of these remaining tiles. But in addition to these tiles, I'll still have this one and this one. So that's the logic. Oh yeah. Hi Esteban. Not obvious situation. We could either meeple this 9-point field, continue a monastery, claim a road, which is really not the worst move, but no, that probably we can do better. You know what? I'm gonna meeple this field just so that my opponent doesn't, and there are scenarios how everything here can get connected, and that'll be pretty cool. So now my opponent has to think hard, like, and you see there's a monastery and there's this city cap plus this, and it's okay that if I don't get connected, like I'm over farming here a little bit with 2 meeples, only 4.5 points per meeple when they get connection. But I do have a couple of squares to continue my city, to start building new cities, and there's still 3 simple city caps to do that. And also we can induce our opponent to waste a move on stuff like this, which now allows us to either do something like this. Isn't that great, Sam? I kind of block off his field. Yeah. And also this would allow us later to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there are still 2 curves remaining. So if we're really desperate at the end, which I think should not happen, then we can connect through a curve. But we go for more points first. I think it's more important. Okay, so now we're at plus 18, but are we really? So this field looks mighty juicy, actually. And I think I might go here. I also could go here, actually. I think I want to keep this option open for a little bit more. Yeah, but if he's gonna get this city, I might be getting a little bit naive here. But if I go here and drop a field meeple, how could this be bad? Although I do not want to be dropping a field meeple of 0 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think this is still acceptable. I have 2 moves which could give me like a huge impact. Okay. Several options. We could go here and set up an unblockable field connection, but the downside is that it creates some rapid point scoring opportunities for our opponent, which we're not gonna like. We can also go here and eliminate that city cap, which looks like the healthier option, actually, even though this gives us only a 75%. Ooh, yeah, but we have it anyway. We have a monastery over here plus a curve, so it's 37%, which is great, and this threat will still be here. Of course, we could just continue our own city, but there are still hopes of connecting anyway. We could start a ring road, but given the low number of curves, I don't think that's the best. And finally, starting a road here is not the best given the low number of curves remaining. Okay, now it's going to be an interesting decision that we're going to have to make. And I think you already might know in advance what I'm going to have. So I think... Oh, interestingly, who has 745 elo points but does not appear in the ratings? Well, I guess if they do not appear in the ratings, that's somebody who has not played for over a month. I don't know. Can somebody correct me? When do they take you out of the list of Board Game Arena? But I definitely do not remember playing with anybody with that username. Oh, 2 months, Melvin. Got it. I think what red should do... Actually, I'm not sure what red should do. Red should take some sort of risk, but I think red can actually... Oh, yeah, that would be nice. I think red can develop his farm, or he could start a potential 8-point city here. Or, you know, something else along those lines. Also, we gotta be really calculating the points, but we're gonna do this next time after we complete this monastery. We also should do a bit more tile counting because I keep talking. Yeah, that's a good move, actually. That's a really good move. Of course, it adds 1 more point to my monastery, which of course we're gonna take. Because again, this is only 75%. 75% sound like a lot, but not when you have an advantage like this. So I'm happy to have a little fewer points in my field, but I do not want to raise the stakes this much. And this move is extremely valuable. It has like a range of... there's potential for extra value as well. Well, not much. But there's something. All right, so we're at plus 27, sort of, kind of, but not really, because we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 4 in this mini battle, so we're at plus 23. We're at minus 1, but really minus 11. We're gonna minus 11. Let's assume the worst. By the way, so minus 11, minus 23. Okay, I'm not keeping track. And we don't have enough time to calculate the... Oh, we could do this. We could do this. How about that, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's good. I like this. And also creating a blocking opportunity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, this is almost impossible to retrieve. Also, but I could also do this, actually. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3 curves. I mean, this is also a decent move because I get to harass this guy. It would be nice to harass this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. Let's try and be annoying. Yeah, of course, now he's gonna finish the city. And I think he could even drop a 6-point field. Why not? Like, why not? It's like, where else are you gonna use this stuff? Okay, now of course we have to go here, and then the thing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's only one crossroads remaining, but he's gonna need the crossroads here, and I'm gonna need the crossroads here. So it's definitely a good setup. And actually, we're gonna get our meeple back, and we can even manage to do something. That's really interesting. That's great that he cannot use this tile to finish this row, but then he probably will have to attack here. I will have to connect here. Or will I, actually? It's not obvious. Okay, again, we are at plus 21. Over here, we are at plus 33. Yeah, but I mean, if you're gonna spend a move, it's not a bad move. It's actually not a bad move at all. But I wonder what's the urgency here, because I think you could have blocked me, and now I think I get to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of course, my opponent can connect from here, but that's okay with me. I just want to keep creating threats. Also, we need to start counting how many tiles can my opponent use to free up. 1, 2, 3. We could go here, actually. No, that would be a terrible idea because we would be giving him extra road points. How about this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's good. And 1, 2. There would be still one remaining, right? One of these guys that my opponent can use, and well, one of these guys as well. So maybe it's not that valuable. I think we should get our meeple out first. My opponent should probably go here, actually, or maybe here. Do we give ourselves a 50%er here? I'm gonna say no. I mean, I'm just like, you could spend time blocking me all you want. Oh wait, no. That's a bad idea. You know why? Because there's still this in the game. This. And with that, my opponent could use a move to simultaneously block and connect. And we definitely, even though we're taking away tiles from ourselves, we want to eliminate this connection point. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm comfortable with having the 50% there. Yeah, exactly what I was talking about. And now imagine if my opponent had gone here, and they would have taken over this huge ruin. So Yeah, again, many options. We could go here, but there's still triangles, so we cannot do that. We could do this just to equalize, but then I would giving my opponent a city cap. I think we'll just have to live with it and drop a divider on my field, but we should count points. Count points. Unfortunately, I don't think I have time to count points and explain everything properly, so I'm just gonna keep counting tiles. I get 21. I think I'm just gonna assume that I'm gonna be fine. And now we're going to do this, and I think we're going to be fine for real, because if our opponents get a city cap, then we get to block. If our opponents get a triangle, then we get to block still. So, relief. Our opponent will still be able to complete stuff, but we get to have an enormously... Okay, and we win the coin flip as well. So yeah, sometimes it helps just to set up these kind of things, even though you do not necessarily rely on this stuff, but just because this 50% is so impactful, basically you already have a 50% probability that you won't have to worry about anything in this game. Probably what my opponent has to do now is to go here, I guess, like not here, but no, not here, to the next one. Because there's no tile that fits here, to the best of my knowledge. Oh no, yeah, there's no tile that fits here exactly, but there was still one tile that fit here, so you have to go from the other side. But it's fine. I think it wasn't possible to do anything really. So, and also actually we should already claim this road because there won't be anything better. Told you. Had to place it the other way. That's actually also a surprising turn of events, that there weren't many straight lines left, so these guys are not getting connected. And I even get to score... You see, so this is, I think, a classic example of a counter field. Small field, we just gambited this whole stuff away, but this stuff gives me 18 points. But this huge field gives my opponent only what? Only 15 points. So these field meeples score more. I mean, so of course the reason why we did that is that we got a bunch of lucky tiles, that this stuff with the shield, and we got the meeple advantage for so long, just cities, and with scoring those points, and with scoring those points, the whole strategy for this game was just really about minimizing risks. Rather than engaging in any big fights, and I don't think Red could have done much. Maybe it's trying to somehow tag this ruin. Maybe no. I'm really not sure how Red could have won this game. Maybe risk starting a 8-point city like this, but these are all small things which are not quite likely. But a lot of that was actually started from the start. I think what we managed to do in this game is that to be quite ambitious with the point scoring, to be the first one on the field, even though we ended up losing this field. Actually, it helped that I was able to drop this meeple with tempo, and because of that, Red had to maybe deploy his meeples in a little bit more cumbersome manner, which gave me valuable moves. Also, I was the one who early got these 5 points, and then also drew some tiles, and after that it was quite straightforward to play the rest. Anyway, thanks for the game. I hoped it was interesting to watch. Oh, we have even more viewers. That's great. So who wants to be next? Let me actually see if we have any further challenges. All right, I think we're just gonna talk for a couple of minutes. And thanks, Esteban. And then, unless we get a challenge, we can do some arena, because it says some players are available in arena mode. We did it once, but it's something that I'm not a huge fan of. I've always preferred just like the regular mode over the arena. There is a feeling that the regular games are like a little bit more serious and also a little bit more competitive, even though arena is called competitive mode. But the fact that you can't really rematch in arena, you can't play like a best of 5 or something, is a bit numbing in a way. Let me actually see. I think I've missed some interesting chat messages. By the way, we can play either classical Carcassonne, or recently I've been engaging in those variants with also some of you as well, some other players who are not with us today. I think we did once where there's very interesting variant where you have to play some meeple every move. There's an also interesting variant which I haven't tried yet, but the one where you are allowed to where you're like not allowed to score points for certain features. For example, you're allowed to score only for fields, or you're allowed to score only for roads, and you can use these kind of variants to practice certain aspect of Carcassonne. For example, if you want to practice field play, you can literally take a friend and agree that you're allowed to score only for fields. And oh, nice. Actually, I'm not sure if. So our former teammate, oh, and a master again with the screen name Ludeselis is inviting us, and so we're gonna definitely take yes. Always quite interesting games with this player. Okay, great. Yeah, because like the reason I'm asking is we do tend to play games for no reason also sometimes. Do we go here or do we go here? No, wait. We want to give ourselves options. We don't want to. Okay, you want to fix that, I see. Yeah, that was already. So there was a bit of a dilemma with this move. Oh, thankfully. Oh, I'm so lucky. Of course, the move that I was afraid of is that my opponent would place it here. But I think after this, it's actually not a huge deal. Ideally, I want a triangle here. I don't want to make this because I want to be able to like claim some kind of, maybe 7-4 advantage with some big tiles. Okay, change of plans. Sometimes you just have to change your strategy. Yeah, let's make this instructive. Sometimes you have to change your strategy depending on what kind of tiles you draw. So of course, normally in this situation, you want to first build the upper part of the city and then the lower part. But just because of the probabilities, I had to do this, and I think now we can even. There's no shame in even taking this field. Not obvious. Not obvious at all. Okay, what are our candidate moves? We can either go here and meeple the road, not meeple the road. By the way, I remember I was arguing against meeple the road in the previous game, but it was a slightly different situation, so a bit long to explain. We could meeple the city, although I do not quite like it. We could meeple the city here. But I don't want to give my opponent a ring road. We can meeple a city like this, but I did not want to cover up our own field. I'm gonna go for this. I mean, of course, you need to neutralize as well, but road ends are just so valuable. So valuable. Well, it is unfortunate that we're losing this meeple, but it's fine. Generally, you shouldn't be too afraid of losing meeples at the start of the game. You can always readjust your strategy. I normally don't like these kind of moves, but we might. We could also go here and set up a block. Or we could go here and set up a block. Yeah, I think it makes it harder for my opponent to play triple cities. Yeah. I like this. I'm actually a fan of this. It's okay that I lose this meeple because my opponent sacrificed so much with this move. For example, it allows me to make a play like this, or play like this, actually. On the other hand, I really want those 3 points. And it's not a problem because I'm adding points to my city, to my prospective city anyway, but what are the priorities here? It's a good question. No, I'm gonna just go for greed. I'm gonna just go for greed, and now we could do this, something like this, but I like this move better. And even though there's still stuff to put here, I'm building up my land, I'm doing all kinds of good things. And also, it's not profitable for my opponent to score the city because then I get to block. But now I get to do this, and my field suddenly becomes big. We definitely need a straight line here. Actually, ASAP. Because it's there's 0 of these guys left. We might go here to control this. Although this stuff becomes vulnerable, but there's still... These are the early parts of the game. We can afford this stuff. Yep, there we go. But the thing is, like, it's definitely not definitive or anything. My advantage comes at the cost of meeples. Ooh. So dangerous, so dangerous. But what do we do? We could go here, but 47%, 45% is not enough. We could go here, actually, as well. But ideally, we want to put this triangle first. We could go here. I like this move. Starts an attack immediately. Force opponent. Alright, well that's a blocked meeple. That's something. Yes, we might get our meeple blocked as well, but that's okay. I mean, it's not okay, obviously. But that's compensation, which means that we probably need to make sure that we're able to retrieve a meeple if we have to. And also we're setting up a little bit of an attack here. We could, no, we should not do this. So we have still an acceptable number of tiles that we can use to get meeples back. Ay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's gonna be one. Wait, 1, 2, 3. So there's still gonna be one left, and the problem is, it's a problem. Now here comes the first tile where we lose value. I mean, of course we could do this. But it's not particularly helpful, so I'm gonna just do this, I think. So we lost only 2 points as a result of that exchange. It's still kind of acceptable. We could also go here, but we could go totally here. But I think this is more important. Even though there's still dividers and like stuff like this that we can use, I think we're now just getting much more value by having more useful tiles to build around. And I really don't want to leave this to leave this for a long time. I mean, we're still gonna have the 50%er, but maybe I'm playing a little bit too fast. 1, 2. So here's the thing. It looks like a block, but it really isn't. I mean, we still have to do it. There's no other way. No other useful move, but there's still 6 rodents left anyway, so I'm not relying on this move too much. If anything, it just delays a little bit. What should we do? So here are our options. We could either block the blocking square, which seems reasonable. We could get a meeple back, which, I mean, why not? Or we could just simply continue building this city, which I like best, because at least it's giving point to us and not somebody else. There are not many tiles that can be used for a complete block, actually. Blocking the blocking square. We could also go here, but I think we want to stick something in here first. We could also go here, but then that makes this spot vulnerable. And we want to be able to... On the other hand, do I really want to spend the entire game without meeples? Nah, I think we're gonna be fine. I'm gonna claim that we're gonna be fine. Moreover, I'm not even gonna save this because I don't want to be taking away tiles from myself. I'm gonna just continue building. That's fine. So now we might do the saving, or is that a good idea? We would be taking 2 tiles away from ourselves for some security, but if our opponent gets this, then we're having a tough time. Could also go here or something to harass the monastery a little bit. Then here, I'm not sure if I want to block myself here, but maybe I kind of have to. Well, all right, I guess let's do this. Whew. At least we're getting some chances. I wasn't sure about this move. Maybe that was like a little bit too greedy, but well, we'll see. We'll see. So luckily we do 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so here's the thing. At least now we won't get to finish this ruin, but now there will be another threat. Most importantly is just we're ahead and we're getting moves that give us value. That's really the main thing that I want to be doing. We could go here, attack this, or we could create an attacking platform for this city. However, if he does this, then he will create a platform himself. Also, this kind of slightly blocks a potential attacking square as well. Not that this matters a lot anyway. Oh yeah, because nothing fits here anyway. We could go here, or we could go here. I think I like this more. Actually, it's a bit alarming given that I really don't have a lot of tiles here. Yeah, this was probably a bit extra. All right. Now we of course need to urgently block this. So always need to double check which side to block. Actually, surprisingly, now it doesn't matter. Are there many straight lines remaining? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are not many straight lines remaining. Also, there are not many roads remaining at all. So then maybe there are more cities. No, I must still do this. Well, I mean, we can't leave you an 8-point city, can you? We can't. Even at the expense of mine, right? Right? Yeah, right. We could make this move, but it's a bit almost useless. No, it's not useless, actually. It takes some time, tiles away, it's fine. Right, we get a meeple. Oh, okay, actually, what's more important, getting a meeple ourselves or blocking this guy? I'd say getting meeple ourselves because there's still many more blocking tiles, so we're just getting the better odds like this. What a weird game. What a weird game. So now we can block this properly, because there's still one of these tiles remaining and we do not want this to happen. By the way, why am I not counting points? That's a little bit weird of me. Okay, so we have 217. Like, I'm not setting up a good example here because I'm actually like not sure what the win conditions are. It intuitively feels that I'm ahead now after this block. Before it was a bit iffy, but okay, we're at -3 equal +1, so we're at -2 equal equal here. Yeah, so at -2, 1, 2, so we're at +3 here. And then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we're now at +5 or something like this, yeah. +5 after this move. We lose the coin flip. And now it's dangerous because it's now again -1. So what can we do? Count curves. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And straight lines. And the thing is, it's too early to drop a field meeple, I think, because there's still this guy left. Oh, actually, or is it too early? No, I think we're gonna do something else. Yeah, because there's still these things. There are still quick points to be made. Okay, we're gonna have -1. This one's really gonna come down to the last tile, is it? Okay. There's going to be still one road end, which, like, that flip for 4 points will decide things. Okay, so we're at -2. Now this makes us +1. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Okay, okay, okay. Now we have to be really careful. So our opponent did not take the 4 points, but do we take the 4 points? Let me think. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. So by the way, we're at -2 now. If we go here, we'll be at +4. Will our opponent be able to take 4 points? Yes. So we need to give him the 9-point field. Okay, so we're gonna be and take 7 points ourselves. We'll be able to do that. No! Oh no. Do we actually have to go here ourselves? That would be problematic. I think we have to go here ourselves. Yeah, because it's these things. Wait, because it's loads of caps, right? 4-4. Oh no, that'll be 4-4, right? No, but that's 1-4, so that's 5. Okay, I think we have to do this, unfortunately. Yep, +4. Equal. Yeah. Maybe that was a mistake, but I think I'm losing by exactly 3 points. Okay, but what happens if I'd go there? I would have taken... What if it goes there? If he goes there... Can you help me out with this one? Thank you, Viltschwein, for noticing the blanket. Yeah, it's a little bit messy because, like, set this up a little bit in a hurry. So are we right? Is that -3? Yep, -3. Anyway, well played, Ludasalis. And okay, before I move on to the next one, I really need to calculate this. So let's say, so we took 9 points. My opponent took 10 points. So that was a -1 exchange, which means I had a 33% chance because I would have won if my opponent did not had if my opponent drew the curve first. Now, so I had only 33% chance for a victory with this move. Had I done this, I would have had 4, and then my opponent would have had 9, so we have -5. And then I would have 4. Yeah. Okay, so actually, so that's the thing, it's like mostly intuition. But I think we still made the correct move here because it gave us a 33% chance of victory. But had we just taken the 4 points for a city, I think it would have given us a 0% chance of victory because if we take these 4 points, so it's +4, our opponent gets 9 points for the field, so that's -5 for us. In the best case scenario, we get 6 for this. So that's +1 for us. Yeah, but then I would still lose with 1 point. All right, so at least good to know that we did something right in the end game. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. Well, part of that was this coin flip. Part of that was maybe my early greed over here. Something like this. But definitely very interesting game. I think taking the city was a flip for the curve. But the thing, yes, but I don't think the curve would actually... Well, yes, it was, but I don't think it would have done me any good if I calculated it correctly. Anyway, probably let's do one more game today. And that would be enough to wrap up. Because, oh, we've been here for like 1.5 hours. Yeah, I think I'm doing like slow games for now. So who wants to play? Probably as usual, given the delay of the stream, I'm gonna wait for a couple of minutes and then if not, conclude everything with an arena game. Oh, by the way, actually, let me know what you think about the delay time. Is like 1 minute too much or too little? Or maybe I don't even need to bother with the delay at all. Not sure. Yeah, I'm still kind of trying to think about that game, and I think my main mistake was I was probably a bit overambitious with the field at the start. I didn't necessarily have to take it, even though I ended up with the advantage in that part of the game, because like I had that field for 6 points, and my opponent had a mini ruin. It actually didn't really. Well, it did give me something, but then I was forced to try to bloat that field artificially a little bit. You know, sometimes like you take a very small field and it's worth 3 points, and then you end up and ends up being a bigger field with maybe 9 points, but you invest so many tiles or like so much energy into that that actually wasn't worth taking in the first place. Okay. All right, Oscar. Yeah. Let's go. Can you send me an invite? If you have premium. If not, just let me know. I'll send it to you. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Nice. All right, let's go, Oscar. All right. Yeah. Have fun. Let's go. Okay, so now we're gonna be from the position of not having the 4-point advantage and already trying to climb from behind. Not obvious. I keep forgetting. It's such a common opening, but I think the correct move is this. And then my opponent can probably go here and start his city. Nice. Yeah, that's I mean, that's a good move. I mean, we could do this, but I kind of want to clean up everything first. Definitely clean up all the city caps. Because the blocks at the start, they don't matter that much. There's still lots of things that could be done there. But that was a good move. Actually, I didn't see that, to be honest. To be the first on the field. Of course, it's still possible to attack this field. For example, I'd be able to do this, but actually I like this move a little bit. Yeah, of course I think black should have started harassing my meeples here. Because now I get to attack this field with tempo, which is great. And now you kind of have to take this monastery and eliminate the attacking square. Okay, I could go here, but then there's straight lines that that might not go so well. So I might just go here to create more blocking attacks. I'm not worried about my opponent connecting to this road because there's still like it's not the juiciest road. If anything, if my opponent connects to the road, then I'm actually quite happy. But with this move, we upped the stakes a little bit because we opened up the field a little bit more. By the way, with Black's last move, given that it's quite a sizable field, I think Black could have even just dropped a second meeples from the start. But anyway, this doesn't matter because Black has the advantage anyway now. Oh, very good move. So much so, I'm not even sure what to do with that. I could make this. That would be actually a kind of annoying move for my opponent because that's also constricts his monastery, and then I get to block. You know, if I get a triangle, I get to put it here, but I'm probably going to go for something simpler. Check this out, we get lucky. I'm fine with this being equalized, and now we're probably going to be fine. Because then we'll probably, now our opponent will go here, we'll get a city cap, we'll drop a field meeple. Now, not obvious, we could go here, we could go somewhere here to harass my opponent a little bit, but I think this is the best move, just adding 2 points really. Because this is not the best blocking tile anyway, because there's just so many saving tiles. Imagine if check this out, like imagine if I do this, my opponent gets something like a T-shaped crossroads, put it here with a field meeple and connect with tempo and extra value. We definitely do not want to do this. So if we're going to block, we want to make sure that we block properly. Now it's going to be very... Oh, by the way, T-shaped crossroads, just as I said. So, of course, I think Black should go here. This is also not a bad move. Now, I will need to decide between this, and this. I'm torn. I mean, because here I clean off a city cap and I get a field meeple. But then my opponent will have an opportunity for double block. So I think I like this move more. Not obvious, not obvious. Yeah, this is actually an unpleasant situation to have because I don't, well, this is not a good configuration for monasteries. Here's the problem, because this means I will have the incentive to fill every square, and I kind of don't want to do that. On the other hand, there's this valuable road end. Oh, we could also go here. Yeah, this actually might be a good place for monastery. So would be this. So would be just 2 points, in fact. So would be this. Yep. In the meantime, we're not having the easiest time, actually. Massive disadvantage, but, well, we're going to try to come back. I'm going to try and come back from this. What do we need to come back from this? Really some city caps. It's just not much needed for happiness. So my opponent might go here, my opponent might... Oh, okay, that's super helpful. Because now we get to finish our city and then pressurize this spot a little bit, so good things might happen. Oh, no! Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. This move will make it hard to win this game. Yeah, quite hard. But also, we now need to take the 3 points and leave an empty city cap, and I don't really want to do that. Also, we'll be leaving the city cap like this, so that will make it slightly more vulnerable. But I guess we just have to live with that. Like, what's the alternative? Actually, this move is not bad. But again, I don't really want to take away tiles for myself unless I don't have to, because it's not like easily blockable just yet. We could also do this, but I think that's a little bit masochistic. Yeah. Anyway, thanks, Oscar, for stepping up, because you're now creating some problems for me, which I guess would be, I hope, interesting for our viewers. Okay, what's best? What's best? I think this still. Also, not clear what's best. Either we go here or we go here first. Okay, I think definitely here. We'll just continue to flip for... Well, why did I say definitely? And then the thing also... no, it actually creates a nice situation that my opponent will need the same tile in both places. Yeah, change my mind. I'm gonna do this first. Because there's still plenty of things that fit here. My opponent is welcome to continue his block. I would have won the coin flip anyway, but it doesn't matter. I could actually also go here if my opponent blocks me from the left, because this... I shouldn't really give up hope on this city, I think. Although I do feel if my opponent's like moves here or somewhere, then... It's really... Yeah, that's a great move. With a field meeple. Always with a field meeple. He has a way to almost just obliterate me, really. And then take this. I think I should be going here. And then I should be hoping to kind of get one of those guys out as soon as possible. Create a counter field, maybe. This one I did not move. I don't have much hopes for this city just yet. So if my opponent goes here, I'm fine. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's perfect. So do we drop a field meeple here? Not yet, I think. I think there's a time for everything. Yeah. So now he might play... Oh, okay. Okay, we have some hope. Of course, we have to do this. Now, there's not going to be a counter field, but maybe that's fine. Moreover, check this out. What's going to happen now? So of course we could do something like this, but I think if I make this move, then I may get my meeple back. I may get this block together with this, and I may disallow black entry to my field, to our field. I think it's really just the tile that we're hoping for, so we have to go for it. And what do you make of it if you go? So do you actually go here and save my city? I think if you're black, you just kind of go here, right? And take your monastery off. But then you're also risking these to be blocked together, and that will be fantastic for me. Suddenly, something has started to happen to me. For me. Because I think my situation was quite difficult. Now we're going to get a meeple to mitigate our meeple disadvantage. Of course, we're not going to turn like this. We do not want to increase the stakes of this field while we'll still have the meeple disadvantage. So we have to go here. Yep. Now it's not obvious. Okay. The problem with this move that I'm about to do is that it creates an alternative route for my opponent. I could also go something like this. It could also go something like this. I don't think I get the luxury of ignoring the field altogether, although I do have the spare monastery, but my opponent has this road, so it's going to be roughly equal. And then there's still two tiles that fit here very good, so I think it might be worth creating that threat there. And if my opponent places here, then I have this move. Because this doesn't do much, I think I better just start another attack, and then I get to place here something like this. Because even though this stuff is blocked now, like, it's still possible to block off. So for example, if I get something like this, then I get to place a field meeple and block this guy, because at the moment it's a 1-to-1 mini battle for it's a meeple mini battle for like 3 versus 3, so it's fine. I could also go like this and drop a meeple myself, but I think I have to do something with this city first. The question is what? So this will immediately reduce it significantly. So do I do it with a meeple or not? This move I'm kind of happy to see, because 1, 2, 3, 4, there's still not too many tiles left. This will remain blockable. So this is really not obvious. What do we do here? Meeple or no meeple? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No meeple, I think. Well, of course we have to go here. It says unfortunate that now we probably have to use the meeple. Yeah. Was that a bit of greed on my side? I don't know. But okay, let me tell you my point. The thing is, like, there are actually not many things left here, because all 5 of the regular triangles are out and 4 of these guys are out. But I don't think we can really afford. Yeah, we just have to do this. It's a bit unfortunate. We also probably have to go here. Actually, do we have to go here? Or do we have to go here at all as well? Because the thing is, like, this connection is blockable. I don't think we need to necessarily engage in that a lot. Now our opponent will go here, and we go here, we'll try to block this, and actually this will be something that's doable. Yes. So at least now we don't have to worry about this too much, because my opponent will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points for one meeple, which is perfectly fine with me. This is really all just a couple more points than here. There are no more tiles that fit here, luckily. And I think this whole move over here was actually not the best. Well, it's not so much, it's not a bad move or anything, but it's just like, I think it scatters Black's priorities a little bit. So, because Black had the meeple advantage and the chance to maybe win this field. But then if you kind of aim for the field and for the city, then yeah, it just helps a little bit the side that has the disadvantage. Something like this. Well, then of course Black has to go here. Oh, by the way, I have a problem here actually, in the sense that there is still a... Oh no, there are no dividers. I'll be fine. Interestingly, I think Black still has the advantage. But what if I go here and try like create something? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's. I think there's only one curve remaining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's correct. And there's also going to be a field here, and we also could actually take this. This is not a bad move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's still 3 of straight road, and there's still quite. Actually, I start liking it. But I still like this move better, just because it creates so much pressure. And we'll even have like 50% to finish the city. I think it's an okay move. Well, even better. So now we have 50%, but with more value. All right, let's just see what happens. So now Black has good options. I think Black can either go here, start blocking me. Actually, I like this move a lot for Black. Or Black can do this. And then I can start blocking Black from both sides. I think most importantly, we need to prevent this meeple from playing, because then this mini battle is the thing that's making it work for me. Also, I could do this, but there are not too many curves remaining. And also, this is more urgent. So there's only 1, 2, 3 remaining here. Actually, it's not obvious. Why do we need to block it to this? Because there's only one curve. No, we do this. Yes, we do this first. I wish I could tell you the odds, but I have no time to calculate this stuff. Also, I can't go here, unfortunately, so I will just have to pretty much stick in anything, really, that fits here. Yeah, good move. Now I think we want to make something like this, because it just reduces the number of possible tiles for my opponent by a lot. Well, actually, now there's only this tile that fits. Also, another interesting situation, I have a dilemma. Like, I want the coin flip, but I do not want to do this. I want to do this. This is way more important. There are not too many tiles that fit here, and I want to create a blocking platform. Because if I get like some kind of triple city, maybe, because there are no triangles remaining. Then I get to go here, and then I will ensure that this meeple is not playing, because there's only one tile that fits in this kind of hole. And if I create the same type of hole in both places, then black will be able to join only this meeple, will split this field, but these two will be equal. And now black has a choice between completing this road or between, well, doing something else. But I think this is by far the better move. Now what do we do? Probably go here, just continue the blocking. Because there are not too many other things of value there. Oh, no, 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 no. But that's a question. Where will black play? Because if black plays here, I'm safe. If black plays here, then... Oof. Okay, I'm safe. I create a bit of a problem that now it's possible to attack this field from here, but I mean, do you say no to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 point road? Of course you don't. And also, there are actually not many things that fit here anyway. There are, I think, there's one straight line, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, there's two straight lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, no, it should be fine. Perfect. Now we get to equalize here. And now we just need to stick in something so that it doesn't. Of course, we shouldn't bother blocking here because there's nothing that fits here. We checked that. And we're not even going to think about this again. Oh, we win the coin flip and the game. You see, sometimes it helped with these 50%ers, because all this meeple was doing is just equalizing this construction over here, but there was always this threat lurking. Yeah, so I'm getting some nice tiles today. Managed to get out of difficult situations, but you know, well done, Oscar, for giving me a lot of problems in the early stages of the game. For example, somehow we managed to get alive with these monasteries. That's great. And let's say, even if I hadn't finished this city, the important thing that this move did is that this blocking attempt is that black had to use valuable tiles to connect, and actually black ended up, well, basically giving me this 5-point road because he had to. And now, of course, we have to place a meeple here because there's still one straight line. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's still one straight line left. And if my opponent gets it, then he'll be able to fight for the field, and we do not want that to happen. Oh, that's actually... Oh, yeah. I'm getting even luckier. I feel that I'm even gonna get the connection. Because there's still this thing remaining. Well, we didn't get it, but it definitely was worth the try. Not that we could have gotten much else. But yeah, I just wanted to show the main part of putting my meeple here was that to make sure that black does not put his meeple here. Yep. GG, Oscar. And yeah, we're having very kind of deliberate games today because it has been 2 hours and we've played 4 games. So we're probably going to wrap it up. Let's just kind of refresh and look at the final score, which is roughly plus 20. So yeah, comments if you have any questions about any of the moves. What else? I'm gonna do another one in maybe 3 weeks or so, or 2 weeks. I'm gonna think about that because there might be some other events. So for example, and now they've opened the registration for the World Team Carcassonne Online Championship, and some teams are arranging friendly matches, and that's something that we might be interested to watch and comment in. I don't know, maybe instead of doing this. And there are also a couple of other things coming up that I will reveal in due course. Anyway, thank you so much everybody for participating. Thank you everybody for watching. Do remember to like, subscribe, all the good stuff. It actually does help the algorithm a lot because thanks to you, I've been now receiving, I've been looking at those stats, and apparently we do have people joining this channel who did not know about Board Game Arena earlier, and in just regular YouTube search and stuff. So it's definitely nice to see more people interested in competitive Carcassonne. If you won the flip at the end, let me think about which flip did you mean, Oscar? Because there were multiple. Yeah, but I think you definitely had a chance if you connect to the field, for sure. If I don't get that city gave me roughly... Yeah, it would have been close for sure. It would have been like 2 points different, but I didn't quite calculate that. Anyway, might be worth going over the game afterwards. Right, that's gonna be it for today. I think I've already said enough stuff. Yeah, thank you so everybody for watching and participating, and I'ma see you soon.